Some of the most iconic football players in the world are remembered not only for their footballing skills, but also for entertaining their fans. One of the ways they did that was by their celebrations. Welcome back to Football One-on-One, where we will discuss football's top 10 most famous goal celebrations. This list may or may not contain your favorite football players, so make sure to go till the end of the list, and you might come across some real surprises. Let's start discussing some of the finest goal celebrations the beautiful game had to offer, without further ado. 10. Bow and Arrow, Edinson Cavani. The Uruguayan hitman has been one of the most consistent strikers of this generation. With goals scored in Napoli, PSG, Manchester United, and the Uruguayan national team, Cavani also has an iconic celebration attached to his name. Cavani himself explains, "It's a bit of a long story, and it's wrapped up in our country's history, and the indigenous population, the Charruas. When my little daughter India was born, her name was just a little reference to our native Uruguayans, the Charruas. So that arrow that I take out and then fire is a goal celebration that encapsulates all these things. A mix of my daughter's name and the indigenous people of my country. It has a special meaning, but as you say, Eric reminded me of it, even though at the end of each celebration, I always ensure I take out the arrow and fire it." 9. Heart, Angel Di Maria and Gareth Bale. Although several other players use this celebration, it has been made famous by two of the finest players to pull on the Real Madrid jersey recently, Angel Di Maria and Gareth Bale. The reason is that the two have been incredibly consistent while playing for the Galacticos. After scoring a goal, they run toward their fans and make a heart with their fingers. Bale explained that he does it for his fiancée Emma Rees-Jones, while Di Maria does it to symbolize Argentina's love for football. 8. Take the L, Antoine Griezmann. We know how frequent of a video gamer Antoine Griezmann is, and one time he even took his love for video games to the pitch. During the 2018 World Cup, in which France ultimately won, Griezmann introduced his Take the L celebration to the world, inspired by the video game Fortnite. He made an L with his fingers on his head, while dancing using his other hand, just like in the game. 7. Crossed arms, Kylian Mbappe. You wouldn't expect a youngster to have such a mature celebration at his age, but Kylian Mbappe acts and plays older than his age. Maybe that's why he might be too good for this sport. A World Cup winner in his teenage, Mbappe burst onto the footballing stage when he was only a youngster at AS Monaco. After that, his big money move to French champions PSG saw him become the nation's most coveted player. He also has a celebration to back it where he crosses his arms, with a serious look on his face. Never change, Kylian. 6. Mask, Paulo Dybala. Only recently transferring to AS Roma, Paulo Dybala has not been at his best lately. But nobody can forget his iconic mask celebration using his palm and fingers. The celebration also has a name of its own, Dybala Mask. Back in 2016, the Argentine national revealed that the mask was that of a gladiator. He added that the mask is a tribute to the warrior within ourselves. All things aside, this celebration is one of the coolest ones out there. 5. Punching corner flag, Tim Cahill. Tim Cahill is best known for his spell with Everton in the Premier League, where he used to play as an attacking midfielder, and sometimes as a false nine. He was a frequent player that tormented the once great defense of Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. But one thing that was always lively to see from Cahill was his famous celebration. After putting the ball at the back of the net, he used to run to the corner flag and start punching it in excitement. Truly one of the most iconic celebrations in the Premier League. 4. Flip, Luis Nani. Luis Nani's stint with Manchester United was one of the best things he could have done for his career. It made him a multiple-time Premier League winner and a Champions League winner. But Nani's celebration was something else. Whenever he scored a goal, which was almost always a banger, Nani used to celebrate by pulling off his acrobatic flips. Along with his celebration, Nani himself was a treat to the eyes. 3. Sauce, Serge Gnabry. Gnabry's move from Arsenal to Bayern Munich shot his career to new heights. He's now one of the best wingers in the world, and he's proved time and time again why he's a nightmare for defenses. Gnabry's celebration is quite popular as well. Although James Harden did it in the NBA, it was made famous in the footballing world by Gnabry. He puts one hand into a bowl and uses the other hand to stir it like he's cooking. Pretty neat. 2. Arm raise, Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer was a goal machine, one of the greatest forwards England will ever produce. His years at Blackburn Rovers and Newcastle were full of goals, and some of them would have you get off your seat and applaud. But probably the simplest yet most iconic thing about Shearer was his celebration. After scoring a goal, he would run towards the fans and raise his arm. A simple celebration, yet one that can be made iconic only by a man like Shearer. 1. Siu, Cristiano Ronaldo. Even if you don't watch football, you've probably seen this celebration once in your life. The greatest goal scorer in the game of football and one of the greatest in this generation, Cristiano Ronaldo, needs no introduction. From his days at Real Madrid, he began celebrating goals this way, and he hasn't looked back. After scoring, he runs toward the crowd and does a 180-degree jump, after which he shouts "Siu," which translates to yes in English. A class apart from a world-class player. This is arguably the most famous celebration in football history. We hope you enjoyed this list of incredible celebrations from some great players. Make sure to let us know which one was your favorite.